after discussing the topic of delegation, a topic which is based on the process of delegation but is entirely different from that is that of decentralization. Now, as the term suggests, to decentralize, meaning it refers to a systematic delegation of authority through all the levels of management in an organization. Meaning कि हम authority को delegate करते हैं, authority percolates down to the lowest level of the management, that is the supervisory level of the management, right? We divide authority. Authority is pushed down the chain of command. It is pushed down the chain of command, meaning every manager working at every level of an organization, that is top level, middle level and supervisory level, right? Authority is delegated at all three levels. Authority along with equivalent responsibility is delegated at all three levels, right? Now, the concept of decentralization will generally be prevalent in large-scale organization where it becomes very difficult for a single or a few managers to handle the entire show, right? So it basically stresses upon involvement of employees working at the middle level as well as the lower level of the organization, right? Now, importance of decentralization, it develops managerial talent for future. Now, how it develops managerial talent for future? See, in case of delegation, right, maximum amount of authority was being retained by the top level managers, right? Now here, in case of decentralization, authority is being delegated to the middle level managers also and the supervisory level managers also. So they also get an opportunity to exhibit their talent, right, by taking decisions which are going to be beneficial for the organization. They also, once they are also given the authority, they also feel a part of the organization when they are involved in the process of policy making, right? Second, relief to top level management. Now, by delegating the routine affairs, right, only certain areas, when we talk about like zeroing down onto the main objectives of an organization, right, these areas are going to be taken care of by the top level management and the rest of the affairs can be managed by the middle level management and the supervisory level of management. Now, when the rest of the affairs are being managed by the supervisory level or the middle level, then top level management can concentrate on more important aspects, that is how to grow, how to expand, to capitalize onto an opportunity that exists in the environment and so on. Then comes, it develops initiative amongst the employees. It's only when you are given an opportunity to prove your talent, right, that you would take up an initiative. You will initiate an innovation in maybe the way in the process of working, or maybe by giving new ideas, or maybe by giving innovative uses of an existing product, right? You think you will take such an initiative, right, only when you are given due recognition for your efforts. ठीक है, अब जब आपको कुछ authorities, when you are, it is very rightly said that any responsibility given to an employee in an organization without the requisite amount of authority will render the employee ineffective. ठीक है, उसका सिर्फ टास्क हो जाएगा कि मुझे दिया गया काम खत्म करना है, that's it. He is not bothered about whatever changes are taking place in the external environment. Maybe he is required to, make the adaptations in the process that he is following. Maybe certain changes are required to be made, right? So this initiative of making changes or adjusting to the environment and all is going to come only when he is given the desired amount of authority to do so, right? So the process of decentralization it basically develops initiative amongst the employees. Then it facilitates growth. How does it facilitate growth? Because at all the levels, the different levels of management or different departments in an organization, they are going to be in competition with one another, right, to supersede one another, meaning to outshine one another, कि हमारी performance एक department की performance दूसरे department की performance से better है. Now, when you are in competition, right, both of them are going to strive for excellence. All the departments are going to strive for excellence. इसका result क्या होगा? That it will lead to successful accomplishment of the organizational goals and will also enable an organization to grow. Then decision making is quick, right? Because jab desired level of authority is also being delegated, so every time you don't have to resort to the, you don't have to report the matter to the top level management for the decision to be taken, right? Because that used to waste a lot of time. So decentralization of authority, it leads to quick decision making. Then last point, there is better control. Why? Because performance of manager at each level of management can quickly be judged, and the corrective measures, if any required, can immediately be taken. So it leads to a better control. Now, although decentralization involves delegation, right? But there are the two terms, they are different from one another. Now let us see that on what basis can we differentiate decentralization from delegation. First basis is that of nature. Delegation is more of a compulsory act. Why? Because a manager can never be self-sufficient. One single person can never be self-sufficient. He does need people to help him out. He does need to delegate the routine affairs so that he can concentrate on important issues. Decentralization is an optional policy decision. It is not necessary or it is not compulsory to involve people working at the middle level or the supervisory level, right, in the decision making process, or it is not compulsory for an organization to have the authority delegated till the lowest level of the management, right? Significance: delegation basically reduces the burden of the manager. The main reason why delegation of authority should be done is to reduce the burden of the manager, whereas decentralization is to increase the involvement of the employee, right? Because you are giving him the necessary authority to take, you are involving him in the decision making process, right? So that he develops that sense of belongingness with the organization. Then the scope of delegation is narrow, right? Because it restricts from a superior to subordinate. But here it has a wider scope because it goes down till the lowest level of the management. Then freedom of action, here lesser freedom of action because every time you are being watched by your superior. The actions are guarded by the superior, right? Guided. Here there is freedom of action. Here there is more freedom of action because the necessary amount of authority has been delegated along with the responsibility. Then withdrawal of authority. One of the principles of delegation is if the authority is being misused, the authority delegated can always be withdrawn and can be redelegated. Here, because the authority is being pushed down the chain of command, right? The authority once delegated cannot be taken back. Then level of authority, maximum authority is retained at the top level of management and only, minimum amount of the authority is being delegated. But in decentralization, the authority is systematically divided at every level of management. Now, along with the concept of decentralization, we must also understand that in certain organizations, we have this concept of centralization. Now, what is meant by centralization? हम जब बोलते हैं decentralization, it means dispersal of authority at all levels of the management or organization. Centralization means retention of authority at the top level of management. All decisions are going to be taken up by the top level of management only. There is not going to be any delegation in an organization which follows centralization policy.